So as you put the part back in, as I showed, you put the bottom of the vacuum back around this round area, and you put this metal housing back on. You screw that in. And then you flip the vacuum, of course, and you have to do the other side. It's the exact same part.
How much was the foot pedal on eBay?
The foot pedal was around $9 with free shipping.
And that's what it was called, a foot pedal.
Some people called it a foot release pedal, and some people called it a handle release. I think more accurately it is the handle release, because it's what releases the handle so you can lower it to do your vacuuming.
But you use your foot to press down.
To depress the...
And it breaks easily because it's plastic, which I'm the one that broke it.
I normally break things, so I can't say much.
That's true. I don't usually break anything.
Actually, my wife normally figures these things out too. She's very mechanical. So that made this job a lot harder than it was.
Well, part of the problem was you can't tell where the screws are. You think they're just indentations in the plastic, and then you realize way down in there there's a screw.
And the part that's deceiving is this housing here actually is kind of what covers up this pedal. So naturally you think to release this housing you would take these screws out. Of course, I didn't have the manual, so I started taking the screws out, and of course it didn't work. So anyway,
the manuals online that we found, or on YouTube actually, weren't helpful, because even though it said Windtunnel 2, they didn't appear to look like our vacuum.
trying to figure out, that's not right. Oh. Had it flip-flopped.
It's hard to film over your shoulder. You need to step back a little.
So you get that back in, which appears to be. Don't be too hard on me, because this is my first video.
They will be. There's always haters out there ready to hate.
That's alright. So, after all that, this is the part that I actually should have taken off first, which, as I mentioned earlier, wasn't obvious, at least to me. So you slide this back on here. Make sure you get it snapped in, as you could hear in the front. And then you
So they drop down in there and you can't see them any longer. So so you just feel around.
Yeah, they fall. It's a pretty deep hole. I'm sure a power.
And how many are there for?
I believe so. There's 4. These 2, one in the front, one in the back, one in the front, one in the back on this side, and that's what you actually take off first before you take the housings off that are around the wheels that we showed earlier. Then that will give you access to the foot pedal. I have a bunch more screws to put in that I didn't need to take out, but we won't show that.
So that's just basically it, those 4 and you're done.
It's these 4. Take this housing off, then you take the little housing off that go around the wheels.
Show that again.
Well, it's too hard to see now.
So you can't see until that housing is off.
Right,
top.
you have to take the top housing off in order to get the 2 metal clips that go around the wheels that I showed earlier. And
so those metal clips have to come off before you can even get to the pedal.
Right, once you take those off, this entire piece will slide off, and then it's obvious you can just...
So that won't slide off till the metal around the wheels come off. This whole casing won't come off first? I thought this comes off first, then the metal.
This housing, upper housing, has to come off first, which is what these 4 screws are. You have to do that. That's your first step.
Right, that's what I meant.
Then the second step is taking off the metal clips that go around the wheels. There's a screw on each side.
What does that do then when you take those off?
It'll give you access to the foot pedal that you're trying to replace.
Okay, I think that's good. Bye, folks.